Hey, here we go. This is my video for the Comp 380 Lab 5 strips representation lab slash constraint satisfaction problem. You do the 8 questions here first. Strips representation of an action consists of what two things? Consists of preconditions and effects, also called postconditions, and you can go in to AI space and you can go and see like node options, action, preconditions, postconditions, and that's that right there. The strip's assumption is that every primitive feature not mentioned in the effects is unaffected by the action. That basically means, right, say in that satisfaction problem, you have like your money isn't affected by going for a bike ride. Basically, like if it's not explicitly mentioned, it's not like a factor, and it doesn't get affected by the action. For C, I'm using the example of a traffic problem, and basically you have a city where you have one-way streets and two-way streets, but some one-way streets, and that's creates a constraint of like basically certain edges on the graph or edges in the constraint satisfaction problem can only be traversed in one direction, and you have bike and pedestrian pathways. So you're not allowed to say go by car on that pathway, essentially. And that's maybe if you had something like our node structure here, but with say having to basically have conditions like you can't go by car if you're going to a certain place over here. Like it doesn't work for our example of this because there's only the two locations, but something similar would work with that. And basically the horizon is the amount of steps the CSP algorithm plans ahead for. So for example, a breadth first search would be a horizon 1 way of searching, because it only searches the very next node in every direction, essentially. For the problem that we did in AI space here, just gonna open up the first part of the file. There we go, and we have this here, and you get the location. Starting location is home, ending location is UBC or goal location, and this is the one that I have set. That location is home. Yeah, you can see it from the edges here. Oh, this edge missing. I don't know what happened to this edge. Create edge. Go there. Yeah, there we go. But we can solve this in the CSP solver, solve with our consistency, and we can run our consistency here. And you'll always get a situation where you have either go by bike becomes false, or go by car becomes false, and the other will always be either true or it'll have true false in the parentheses. I think like I've run it a few times and had it be one's true and one's false, and then I've also run it and all the way to the end and you get true, false, yeah, there you go. See, it's true and false here. But sometimes I've run it before where you have this one will say true and this one will say, or no, sorry, this one will say false and this one will say true, false. I don't know why that was, but then that should answer that. Down to here. Yeah, okay. So this, the big boy, changed the starting state to be the way it's supposed to be, and so I know you're not going to have enough time to search these properly. This is the one that doesn't work. This was the Horizon 1 attempt, and this is the Horizon 2 attempt, which basically it buys a bus ticket, basically, is what goes on. So it sets buy bus ticket to true, and that's how it gets it, and you can just see it go through down here. But I'm out of time, so here we go.